freedom, animal rights.
This is a protest outside CBS Television City over their glorification of fur during the Super Bowl halftime show, with a big boy wearing a giant fur coat that had to have at least 25 or more dead foxes. We are here outside CBS Television City, and of course the security guards keep telling us we're at the wrong place. Well, I say, well then, take the signs that say CBS everywhere down, because we want to send a message to the entire entertainment industry as well as CBS in particular, that we need to have fur-free Grammys, and we also want all performers and artists to go fur-free. Excellent, thank you. There's the crowd lined up for the Bill Maher show, which really has nothing to do with this. Bill Maher is an animal activist. We love him. But we are here because this is CBS Television City, and we are sending a message that CBS has just earned the nickname the Cruelty Broadcasting System because of its wardrobe malfunction. But it's even worse because it's not a malfunction, it was planned.
CBS, you are to blame! CBS, you are to blame!
Stop the torture, stop the pain!
CBS, you are to blame!
All right.
The animals die for that show!
This is a sizable protest. We have about 50 people here outside CBS Television City. Earlier today, there was another protest in New York outside CBS Black Rock headquarters at 51 West 52nd. There will be more protests. We are not stopping till CBS executives acknowledge that they made a colossal mistake. And how dare they show this violent coat and then put the words love up? How dare they? Okay. Okay. And now, Lindsay. Now, can you announce that we're going to hear from Lori Allen, and she's the actress. Lori Allen, introduce Lori Allen.
Lori Allen is about to speak.
Okay,
She's
Lori
the
Allen is
actress
about to
on
speak.
several shows. Voiceover star Lori Allen is about to speak.
Okay, Lori Allen, come on up.
Hi.
Okay, yes, a voiceover star, Lori Allen, who's been on many shows. Give her the megaphone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
She's an amazing actress. So I'm going to be talking through this so that everybody can hear me, because we actually have a fantastic turnout.
Yes.
And what I really believe about the fur trade is that people just don't know, right? So it's about getting educated. And I think if everybody understood that animals out in the wild are animals from a fur farm, and yes, they are bred for this actual purpose. They're kept in cages. They're kept in cages in horrendous conditions. And the fur traders, the fur farmers, what they do is they kill them in some of the most horrendous ways. They suffocate them. They electrocute them. They poison them. They skin them alive. And that's what we're wearing for what we think is fashionable. We do not need, any longer do we need to wear this. If you look at the designers that have gone fur-free, it's endless. It's Gucci, and I got reminded it's the Gap, it's Armani, it's Michael Kors. And everyone likes to look fabulous, I get it, but you can make a different choice that doesn't involve the animal having suffered tremendously and ultimately having its life taken away. And it's not like it's a hip and cool thing to stand on the street. We just have to educate each other and have the knowledge and have the information. Sometimes you have to hit the streets. Sometimes you have to write letters. Sometimes you have to go up to people. I was recently in New York and I saw a lovely lady and I said, hey there. And I simply said, I'm just taking a survey. Do you have a cat or a dog? And she said, yes. And I said, well, would you wear your cat or your dog? It's the same thing. You wouldn't wear your famous pet, your fabulous pet. You would not wear your animals. And I think somehow this fur has become very popular again right now, and there is no reason for it. We're all wearing fabulous, stylish things, and we're not taking anyone's lives, skinning them to death, and making a business out of it. And when we have role models like Big Boy, the Kardashians, Lady Gaga, and people like that who we all adore for various reasons, they have an opportunity to actually make a difference in the other direction. They have an opportunity to educate others and so that people can make a different choice. If you don't know, you don't know. Some people don't know that they're skinned alive or electrocuted or suffocated. You have to be careful of the fur that's on your hats, all the winter coats that you get at JCPenney to Bloomingdale's. Oftentimes that's raccoon, that's dog, that's cat that you're wearing. You need to check closely what you're wearing so that you are not making a choice that is basically from an animal having been completely tortured and ultimately whose life is taken away. And we look at this beautiful baby today, right, and we realize nobody would wear you or harm you. See?
I hope
he says,
so.
no way, no way. So everybody, just go out and make a difference. Start to have a conversation with your friends, with your family, those people you don't know. I would love to go to check out these folks who are online to see a show and ask them if anybody didn't know this, because so many people don't know. How many people did not know?
And look, they brought in a guard dog.
They brought in a guard dog
because we're protesting the slaughter of animals. No, it's not because they just have the guard dog there all the time.
Because that's a bomb dog.
Oh, it's a bomb dog. No, we're nonviolent.
We're so not violent. If you think about how many animals were killed for this coat, how many would you guesstimate? I'm guessing about
25 to 40.
25 to 40. So again, they're kept in cages. They are bred like this. They're terrified. And that's the same thing with the vegan message. You're basically taking in, you're ingesting terror, you're wearing terror. And how does that benefit us in any way? There are so many other fashion choices, food choices that you can be making that are good for you, that are educating other people. When I think about this, I couldn't believe that it came across the airwaves. I could not believe that CBS allowed him to go on like this. They should have stopped him. Somebody should have taken the jacket right off of him. He could go on being totally cool and wearing all of his gold chains and the rest of his outfit. He had no reason to be wearing 40 dead animals on stage in front of millions and millions of people watching the Super Bowl. Not necessary. Not necessary. And they are kept in these cages that you would never, ever want your cat or dog to be kept in the kind of conditions that they are, skinned alive. They are terrorized when this happens. And they're electrocuted, they are suffocated, they are poisoned. And it is disgusting. And we are out here to make a statement to have it stop. And we would like for CBS to make some kind of statement to come out and acknowledge that they are responsible, that they are part of this. They can be part of the solution. They can make a statement. They can come outside right now. We've invited you to come out. So where are you? Where are you to come out and stand up and say we were wrong? We now know better. If we knew better, we would have done better. And so now they have an opportunity to make an amends. We'd like you to come outside. So thanks everybody for showing up today. We're going to be here till 7 outside. We're stopping a lot of people. We're getting a lot of foot traffic, and then we're going to Veggie Grill.
Yes.
Healthy vegan food.
Now, thank you, Lori Allen. And you know, it takes a lot of courage for somebody who is in the entertainment industry, and she is a star. Okay, she's been in some of the biggest TV shows and movies. Let's hear it for Lori Allen to have the courage to come out and speak up. Because in Hollywood, so many people are afraid to speak up. Okay, yeah, we're going to move forward a little bit to let the cars come in. 45 animals died for that coat, up to, so we want to keep the death toll at that level. Nobody else should be hurt because of this protest. I want to read an open letter. To the president of CBS, okay, from all of us collectively. To the president of the CBS Corporation, Joseph Ianello. Mr. Ianello, we are an ad hoc group of caring Americans who will not stand by silently as senseless cruelty is committed and paraded as acceptable. Along with animal lovers across the nation, we felt disappointment and disgust over the glorification of fur by CBS during its Super Bowl halftime show as the rapper Big Boy appeared drenched in fur. In a tragic irony, the word love then filled the screen. We are asking your network, CBS, to publicly apologize, investigate the decision-making process, and adopt a network-wide fur-free policy right now. The Los Angeles City Council recently voted unanimously to draft an ordinance that would ban the sale of fur after testimony on the industry's extreme cruelty. San Francisco, West Hollywood, and Berkeley have all banned fur sales. Armani, Michael Kors, Gucci, Versace, Burberry, Tom Ford, Givenchy, and other top designers have renounced fur and gone cruelty-free. Joining the ranks of Stella McCartney, Tommy Hilfiger, Ralph Lauren, Vivienne Westwood, and Calvin Klein. Trapping and anal electrocution and, believe it or not, vaginal electrocution tonight. We have people going into the Bill Maher show. I hope you've had a chance to listen to us and choose compassion over cruelty. Thank you for listening. Okay. Once again, trapping, anal electrocution, and vaginal electrocution are some of the standard methods used to kill these innocent beings. The network's decision, CBS's decision to ignore an evolving culture is a slap in the face to those who have worked tirelessly for decades to end this inhumane industry, and we're really at the cusp of ultimate victory when CBS just took a step back, a giant step back in the wrong direction. We cannot bring back the many animals who died for that fur coat. However, you, CBS, can prevent the senseless deaths of millions of other fur-bearing animals by officially renouncing fur. Is that what we want? Yes! We ask you to adopt a network-wide policy banning the use of fur. The good news, CBS, in case you've been under a rock for the last couple of decades, faux fur is now so sophisticated and looks so real, nobody will even know the difference. Sincerely, Americans Against Needless, Senseless Cruelty. Thank you all. Now, we are going to go and give this to the security guards who say that, well, we're in the wrong place because even though it's called Television City, it's not owned by CBS. I'm sure, since the signs are all the way up there, they can get there. Did you want to say something? All right, because if you do, we'd be happy to have anybody who'd like to speak, please. Okay, let's have you speak.
Right on.
And then we're going to deliver this letter.
Right on, Jay.
Okay,
Thank you.
Cesar. Who are you?
My name is Cesar. We are all everywhere forever on Instagram. It seems like there's still a placement of wealth upon this, and it's nothing but death and cruelty. There's nothing, it shows nothing rich about it. It's just terrible acts, taking fur from animals. We have our own skin. And, there's nothing more wealthy than a person showing compassion. And that's what we're all about, is compassion. And this CBS needs to address this issue. They can, make a statement or something, but there's nothing wealthy about taking another innocent being's skin. And that's all I have to say, is just, there's nothing wealthy about that at all.
All right, well, thank you so much. Oh, you want to say something? Come on, let's go. Lee, just press that button. Okay.
Where did I go?
Speak up. You just speak up.
Yes.
Right there. Loud, though.
How would you feel if you got your skin ripped off from your own body? And how would you feel if you were taken away from your family? And how would you feel if you were murdered just for a stupid coat? CBS, you have blood on your hands. Ah!
Okay. All right, so now what we're going to do, if anybody else wants to speak, I'd be happy to hear from anybody else. We have quite a sizable group of protesters here. Lindsay, you're a fashionista. Come on, a compassionate fashionista. You always look great. You're here in Hollywood. You know the scene. Why don't you address this issue?
I would just like to say that I think everybody said it already. The idea is compassion, folks. Maybe you didn't know. I think lots of us are under the misconception of how fur is gotten, how it's acquired. People don't realize the torture the animals go through from the moment they are born. Could you imagine being in a cage that is so small and you feel so isolated, and all you can do is run in circles. Run in circles. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine how you would feel when you're all alone and scared and you don't know what's going to happen to you, and you hear others just like you crying and screaming for their lives? Wake up, please. Please have some compassion. It goes so much further than the animals. It's for each other. We have to love each other and be kind to each other. We have to stop trying to show off and have vanity. I'm guilty of that. I love fashion, but I know the difference. I can wear a really beautiful faux fur and feel really sexy and hot and get looked at. I don't need to kill animals to do it. So please, please, listen to us and change if you can. Please change your hearts. Thank Thank you.
And go vegan.
Go vegan!
Yes. Now, I'd like to say one other thing. For those who think that fur is going to give them class, I hate to inform you that it's the exact opposite. Cruelty is not class. What?
He's showing his fur off.
Oh, he's showing his fur off. Okay, well, if you're proud of being cruel, then I will pray for you.
It's not real fur.
Oh, good! Yay! Okay, thank you for making our point, sir. Touchdown! Okay, so there's somebody who said, look, there's my fur. We thought he was showing off his fur. We were wrong. We apologize. It was a faux fur. But it's the point that you can't tell the difference. Okay? You can't even tell the difference, so why kill an animal? And I do want to say that I feel that those who wear fur today and any time, it's a totem based on their insecurity. Fur is a contrarian indicator. If you feel good about yourself, you don't need to wear dead bodies on your coat to prove it. Okay, so anybody who thinks it makes them cool, it makes them look rich, it's the exact opposite. It makes them look insecure and needing to try to prove something. All right, we're going to go hand this letter in right now. Does everybody want to come with me? Okay, we're going. Let's go. And Lori Allen is here. Various people who are in the entertainment industry are here. Okay, now you better get in front. Where are you? Get in the front. You got to get. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. All right, we're going to be handing. Come on in. We're handing this letter in. Here we are.
Guys.
We're going to hand this letter right
You guys are
now.
on property. You're trespassing.
Okay, we're trespassing. We're handing this letter. Get it to the executives. Get it to the CBS executives.
On this building, right? Anymore?
It doesn't matter. Their name's all over it. I'm sure that you can get it to the right people.
I don't consent you having my face on camera. By the way.
Okay, well,
No one's taking anything.
come on, let's go. Here's this letter. We'd like to give it to you. Take the letter.
Just ask you, do you have...
Okay, all right, fine. Okay, then come back.
If
All right.
I can't take it. I can't take it.
All right, then if your supervisor wants to come out, we'll get it. Okay.
We are here live at CBS Studios. People are getting ready to go into the Bill Maher show right now. They were lined up. The protesters are here. CBS, stop promoting fur violence. 25 foxes were killed for one coat, at least 25. All animals are one.
Okay, so,
Wardrobe malfunction.
it's hard to hand these letters to the executives because where are they, right? That's, of course, a very big question. We handed the same letter this morning to CBS security guards at Black Rock, which is CBS headquarters at 51 West 57th Street in Manhattan. So we are making every effort to make sure that the president of CBS, Joseph Vianello, and of course the head of CBS Sports and the production company that was involved in this fur fiasco see this and hear this. We're not doing this because, we don't like CBS. I used to love CBS. I worked for CBS for 8 years. I was proud of working at CBS. But when I saw that fur coat, and when I saw the thoughtlessness, the callousness of that decision, and then the hypocrisy, the Orwellian doublespeak of putting the word love, like, all we have to do is throw the word love up and we can be kind, compassionate people. No, we call BS on that. You killing animals, you're torturing animals, that's not love. This is all a sham. And CBS can clean up this mess. Cannot bring back the animals who died, but can make a statement.
And they can make a bold statement and their ratings will go up. All they have to do is also the soap operas that are on. A lot of them wear fur still on the soap operas that are on these shows. They have an opportunity to make a huge difference in that regard. You educate people, your ratings will go up. It will actually be a win-win for everybody and every being. It makes no sense. Then the other networks will have to compete, and it will be a wonderful way to try to get for CBS to get even better ratings, to get more people aware. They have an opportunity to to influence and to educate so many people. And then they can say on our soap operas, on any of our programs, there is no fur trim, no fur, no actress, no actor, nothing, no, especially all these rich, fabulous characters on these shows.
Yeah.
They all have an option to make a public announcement. In Variety, in Deadline Hollywood, you guys come out and condone it. You know it's wrong, and no lives have to be taken for this. And you can actually make a statement and educate so many other people, because some people don't know. But guess what? Now we know. We now know, and we have an opportunity to do things differently. You look at our sweet companion animals, and we would never in a million years, unfortunately, there are people in situations where they do skin these animals alive and wear them.
And I would like to speak to Ellen Dent, who is the head of Animal Alliance Network with her amazing team. You are here today. What would you say to the CBS executives who allowed a big boy to wear fur?
It was irresponsible. It's completely irresponsible to show somebody wearing an act of violence against several animals. It's outdated. It's not cool. It's not glamorous. Big Boy looked like an idiot. And I come from the stance of being a fan. I grew up listening to the music of Outkast, listening to ATLians, listening to Speaker Box, and I'm completely disappointed in the whole show, from Big Boy to whoever's managing him, his stylist, to CBS and all the executives that let this happen. This should not be allowed to happen. This should never be allowed to happen. Over 100 million people saw him prancing around in that giant fur coat, and now they may think it's cool. They may think that's okay. They may think that's acceptable to do that to animals. And let me tell you that when you see an animal skinned for their fur or for their skin, even a cow, a fox, any animal skinned alive, it's absolutely the most horrendous thing that you may ever see in your life, and you cannot unsee it, and it's not okay. It's not okay. And I come from a place of someone who was ignorant, someone who did wear fur, and I've seen, now I know, now I've connected, and now I'm here to fight for them, because this is absolutely unacceptable, and we will not put up with it, and we will not stop until this stops, until fur is banned all the way around the world, because our animal friends deserve better. They deserve a better fate than that.
What was your emotional reaction when you saw? Because I experienced shock. Like, I was in a good mood. I was enjoying the Super Bowl. Tom Brady was winning. I was like, oh, you know, he's plant-based. Things are getting better.
Yeah.
We saw the ad with Carl's Jr. featuring a plant-based burger. And then all of a sudden that came on. It was like a punch to the stomach.
Yeah.
And I literally had to walk away, and I walked my dogs, and I cried outside. That's why I'm doing this, because I cried and I felt defeated. And then we sat around the next day and we're like, somebody should do something. And then you and I realized, along with Paige and a few other people, well, we're the ones who have to do something. But what was your emotional reaction?
Well, I actually didn't watch the Super Bowl.
Oh, lucky you.
But when you told me and I went and saw, I was completely disappointed. I was in awe. I was shocked and disgusted all at the same time. And I was like, we got to do something. Like, who's doing anything about this? And Eugene, got on the phone, started making those phone calls, and made this happen. So I got to take off the hat I don't have to you.
This is the first time I've ever organized a protest. And look, we have people who are here.
Girl,
This lady has come in a wheelchair. Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
And what would you say to CBS?
What they're doing is not right. It's cruel. It's sad. It hurts. They shouldn't be doing this. And I'm here to be their voice.
The voice of the animals?
Of the animals, yes,
All right,
ma'am.
thank you. And you brought your beautiful
That's
doggie.
right. She's always
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Look at that beautiful doggie who's here. We've got a lot of dogs who have joined us with their human companions. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else want to talk about their reaction when they saw the actual? Okay. Yes.
So I was watching, and I immediately went into shock and anger and sadness, and then I turned off the TV set, and I was like, well, there, you just lost me all the way. And then I went and made an amazing vegan salad, and then I got on Twitter. Boom, within less than 2 minutes, it was already, between Adam Levine's tattoos and his cuteness, there was so many things, people just going nuts and posting pictures. And LA, California, I'm so proud to be here and to be a Californian and to be from New York, because we set the tone here. We set the tone to be cruelty-free cosmetics, to stop the dog and cat meat trade from happening in the United States, to outlaw that starting here. We start here in Los Angeles and California, and we educate each other so that we take it around like a ripple effect. You said it best, Jane. There's no reason. There's no reason anyone needs to do this anymore. And all I can say to CBS, because I've been on many shows on CBS, is that there's an opportunity for them to educate, to bolster their ratings themselves, and to just go to a higher vibration. And maybe I've been in California too long, but that's the damn truth. Everybody can be on a higher vibration in New York.
And Atlanta. People were upset in Atlanta. They protested outside the local CBS station in Atlanta.
Yep, a lot of people are outside of Atlanta. My sister was in Nashville, and she said, I almost got in the car, and then something was happening with one of the kids. And I said, you know what, at least everyone's eyes are opening more and more and more and more. Because these animals, when you think about how they're tortured, people say, oh, I don't want to know, don't tell me, don't show me that video. Well, guess what? On some level, I think people do know, and they just don't want to accept the reality that that's the food that they're putting in their mouth, that's what they're wearing, is terror.
Yes.
Is terror and death and shock and awe, and that's what you want to put on your body, and that's what you want to put in your body. You have to think about these things. You have to. At some point, you grow up and you raise your vibration and you converse, and you can get mad and you can scream at me on the street and I can scream at you, but I try to base it down to get to the basics and say you wouldn't wear your dog or your cat, you wouldn't eat your dog or your cat, and then we go from there and we continue the conversation.
Excellent. Thank you, Lori Allen.
Also, people won't wear their own kids' skin, so why would you wear someone else's kid's skin or someone else's skin? How do we harm other people and their kids? Animals are people. They have personalities, they have societies, they have ideas. It may be not like us, which is even better, because humans have messed up the world in a big way. All we need to do is focus on going plant-based, going vegan, and own up to our mistakes. Just because our ancestors made these mistakes doesn't mean we need to repeat.
And we're going to go to the Grammys. We're going to protest at the Grammys. It's coming up thank you so much, Emick, by the way. It's coming up this weekend, and we're going to be there because this is the city where it's happening, and we've got to send a message to all of the actors, the actresses, the Hollywood community, that they shouldn't want to be part of something so hideous and cruel. So if anybody else has something to say, please feel free.
Oh, I just wanted to thank you for being here and using your voice. You're so eloquent.
Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for coming here. And, everybody's...
And everyone, yes.
Yeah, there's sacrifices. Everybody's making sacrifices to be here. They want to be with their kids. Some people have gotten a day off from their jobs. What would you say, ma'am?
Well, what I said when I saw that hideous coat on Big Boy was sick. That was the only word that came out of my mouth, sick. And I was wondering how many foxes lost their lives and were skinned alive for that silly coat. So I say, stop the fur, stop the murder.
Okay. Thank you so very much for being here today, ma'am. Yes, somebody else? Oh, yes. What would you like to say?
I just think it's a lot of educating. It's a lot about education. There's so much that people don't understand. And the more that we educate and people really fully understand the scope of the issue, the more they will be on our side, and they will get on our side and our team, and they'll appreciate what it is that we're trying to stand for. Love and compassion and understanding.
Well, Hilda Lugo says, yeah, take it to the Grammys. So are we ready to take it to the Grammys? Yes. All right, thank you, everyone. Free Grammys. For 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 free Grammys. A lot of support here. Now, let's show everybody that's coming what our protest is about. Thank you. We're protesting the big boys' use of fur during the halftime show of the Super Bowl.
Oh, that's fucked up. Yeah, that was fucked
up. We're thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. So we were just scolded for interviewing somebody coming. All right, thank you, everybody. We're gonna move on to